Saturday night hoops for you.
Yes.
Let's get it, man.
Yes.
Had some Saturday hoops earlier.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun, man. What a
It's my
treat.
third game of the
What
day,
a treat
baby.
for you.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Denver Nuggets in Phoenix. Our old friends taking on the Suns. We are in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. We got a great show for you. Very short-handed on both sides. Vote will give us the game notes in a moment, but makes for an interesting one. We'll see some new faces. We'll talk about who could break into the rotation. That could be interesting. A couple guys, one guy in particular, really impressing some analysts.
I wonder who that could be.
Wonder who it is. We'll also talk about the Mavs. Debuted Anthony Davis. Grand opening, grand closing. We'll get to that as well as some bets from this man over here, but I got Brennan Vogt in the house.
Man, I was having such a fun time watching that game earlier today, and just the whole experience. I thought that would take a week to play out for the Mavericks. They'd look great, and then he'd get hurt.
They gave us the whole arc.
All in one game. But here we are, and hopefully everyone can leave this one doing all right.
Dude, you're having a great hair day, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate
Really good
it.
hair day, isn't he?
Yes.
It's like having a
Thanks,
great
guys.
hair
I
day
appreciate
today.
it. Thanks, yeah.
You're a shining brother. Over here, I got Superstar Dev.
Let's get it, man. I'm excited. I feel like we finally got a break. We probably didn't, but it feels like it. I'm ready to keep going.
See, to me, it feels like we just did a show. This one, I'll be honest with you. As I was driving in, I'm like, man, I feel like I had
Been a long
another
week.
24 hours.
Been
It
a
was a
long
very long
We're
week.
about to get a week off, man.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go. Let's head to some game notes.
Cool. Well, we can start with the injury report because there are some important updates tonight on both sides of the fence. First of all, good news first. Jamal Murray, he's available, guys. He popped up with that left knee inflammation. Just a reminder, that's something that pops up periodically, right? As Malone talked about earlier in the year, it wasn't a good day for the left knee last game. They rested him. Jamal Murray is good tonight. What kind of Jamal Murray will we get against the Phoenix Suns? He loves to go off against them.
Man, this is the team he goes off against in their building, too, so we'll see.
By his side will be Aaron Gordon, who is in, despite that right calf injury management. Aaron Gordon is available. We know, of course, still out Russell Westbrook, Peyton Watson, while they deal with a hamstring strain and a knee sprain, respectively. The big news, though, Michael Porter Jr., guys, is out. This is the first game he's missed definitively due to injury in like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So he is out with left hamstring tightness. As soon as I saw left hamstring tightness, I did think, I hope they don't play him.
Yeah.
But I also wanted...
You were bummed.
I wanted to watch Mike play tonight, man.
Yeah.
What
It's
a
only when you're
bummer.
not here does he play well. So
I should have gone to Phoenix. But then I'd have to be in Phoenix, so it's
yeah, that's a tough call.
Phoenix is great, man.
You like
is great.
Phoenix?
I do like Phoenix.
I don't
Dev-
like it at
it's
all.
not
I
my
like
city.
the
when
Dev
it's
City.
not, when
It's
it's
not-
not hot, like just flaming is when I like it.
What do you like about it?
I like the food scene.
Okay.
That's about it.
That's all Dev needs, by the way, if you kind of track what he likes about. Hey, guys, on the Sun side of the fence, there are some important updates as well.
Look at that graphic, by the way. Isn't it such a weird
It's
looking
such a
graphic?
weird one. It's sponsored, by the way.
Rudo said it looked like the back of a shampoo bottle. He's right. It does look like it.
Well, the Banner Health update. Got to get the sponsors in there. Grayson Allen is out, left knee soreness. Bradley Beal is out, left great toe soreness. This is the big toe, right? The great toe.
This is the great one.
The great toe. Kevin Durant is out with the left ankle sprain, and Jalen Bridges is out. First 3 names, a little bit of a bigger deal. So this is a shorthanded fest here in Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns are 26-25, 15 and a half games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are 7-4 at home. They are 5-5 in their last 10, coming off a win, but without some guys here. And obviously the statistical profile changes big time without the names that we mentioned. For what it's worth, they are tied with the Nuggets, I believe, in 4th for team 3-point percentage. So typically they shoot the ball well when they get it up, but of course it's just a different kind of group we're going to see tonight. So who's to say what the shot profile looks like for these Suns?
How do you think about this game? No, only Booker, no KD, no Beal.
I think that the Nuggets like missing guys too, like it evens out. I watched the Suns game last night. They are horrible. Like they look horrible.
They
Like,
beat
seriously.
Utah.
They just went it went through Devin Booker every single time. Like every single shot was him. There's no way you beat this Nuggets team with just that. He would have to put up like 65.
He had 47 last night.
He will try to do it, but yeah, I don't love that. With the Nuggets, I just think that you get a lot more of two-man games. I think you get a lot more. What we're seeing is just like Jokic gets to play with like new guys, like and just work on that the entire time. And I like that Jamal's getting his turn. So I do think that it's going to be a smaller lineup, of course, but we're going to know that Jokic and Jamal are going to take a lot of the shots.
A couple more updates from Michael Malone, including one on Vlatko Čančar, who will not play.
Oh, boy.
He will not play before the All-Star break, but there is a chance that he's back even before Peyton Watson is. Malone said that Čančar had two options, of course, long-term recovery or something shorter that would allow him to return this season. I wondered, fellas, if this time he would just take the long-term route, but he went short-term, and we'll see, man. Vlatko may be available on the other side of the break. And the last game note I have here is there are some young ladies selling a bunch of Girl Scout cookies. This is per Vic Lombardi. Devin Booker bought a bunch, gave some to Michael Malone. So Malone owns some money to Devin Booker for the Thin Mints. Other than that, your game notes are completed, wrapped up.
Does Booker want traded? Does Booker want traded? Buying Girl Scout cookies?
Hasn't he always wanted to be?
Maybe.
And I feel like if you buy the opposing coach Girl Scout cookies, you're kind of on the team. So they might as well make that happen, man.
What are your guys' Girl Scout cookies?
I actually do like Thin Mints.
Thin Mints, that's like I think that's the most popular one.
I'm a dosey-dose guy.
Dosey-dose?
Sure. I go crazy on them things.
Are tagalongs the peanut butter?
The tagalongs are unbelievable.
Sign me up, man.
They got
dosey-dos are unbelievable
good
with the
ones.
little milk.
They got those lemon ones.
You
that
like that?
is like just certain people trash now.
Really?
They've altered
They changed
the
it?
cookie. It's not the same cookie.
Yeah.
What is it? The Samoas?
Yeah, Samoas are good.
Hate them.
My
I don't
favorite.
like.
You know what?
You thought
It's
you had a
fine.
moment there, didn't
eat-
you,
no,
Tim?
You know what? It's fine. I'll eat all of them.
He
It's
does
fine.
not like.
Yeah, coconut.
No.
Can't do it, man.
I'm curious to see who guards. I mean, this is a game I'd love to see Peyton Watson playing. Obviously, he's not, but I'm just curious to see what, Devin Booker does have some marks on the floor tonight. That every time they're out there, he's going to be trying to go. And he did just put 47 down. He did have an easy first 4 games of the playoff series when they matched up 2 years ago. So I agree with you that I don't think Devin Booker even going for 50 is going to beat Denver. But nonetheless, he's going to try. He's going to take some shots tonight, and I do think Denver has to be ready for it.
Will this be a big Christian Braun responsibility? I do have the starting 5. You probably could have guessed, but it's Jamal Murray, Julian Strawther again, Christian Braun, Aaron Gordon, and this Jokic fella, number 15.
A more natural spot for Julian. He needs a bounce-back game tonight, to be honest with you.
I'm excited to see what the Suns try to do with him.
Yeah.
They are going to try to put him in every single
Yeah.
pick and roll and see if he can defend against Devin Booker. So it's going to be a bounce back spot on defense. Like, this is going to be a game he is going to be tested. He's going to have to knock down shots on one end of the floor and play smart defense. You can't bait him and get him to the free throw line. So I'm excited to see how Julian Strawther responds.
What I'd love to see tonight is for Jokic to demoralize Nick Richards. When guys get a new center and they're like, all right, we got it. We found the guy. We got the new guy, the new Jokic stopper. I'd love the Suns base tonight. If we ever hopped on Suns Reddit, I'd love for them being like, we better avoid Denver, man. Nick Richards has no chance against Jokic. That would be the outcome I'd be rooting for tonight, as well as, a Jalen Pickett game.
That'd be pretty cool. I can give you the Suns starters.
Let's hear it.
Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Ryan Dunn, Royce O'Neal, and Nick Richards, as mentioned.
And Royce O'Neal at power forward.
Royce O'Neal at power forward.
Set your bets accordingly. Aaron Gordon should feast
Could
tonight.
be an Aaron Gordon. And you guys mentioned it, man. In that Magic game, we saw a little bit more of the
Little bully
AG
ball,
stuff that
more.
we want to see. So if he's feeling good, tonight would be a great night for him to just bowl in a China shot, man. You're too big for those boys.
This is a sneaky important game for Denver because it's winnable. They're so shorthanded. Denver's been playing well. It's very winnable. It's not going to be easy. But after that, you got 2 games against Portland, which is the hottest team in the NBA right now somehow.
kidding, yeah.
You get an easy one in Charlotte, but you go Lakers, Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, Celtics, Kings, Suns, Thunder, Wolves, Lakers. That's about 15 games in a row that all get tough. This is one of your last easier-ish ones. So I think it's sneaky important.
Yeah.
It's also important because a lot of new guys are playing. With all the injuries that you have. And my question, and we made the headline question today on the show is it possible that Jalen Pickett and or Zeke Nnaji have or could play themselves into being rotation pieces. When I say rotation pieces, right now we know when they're going to play and when they're not. They're going to play tonight, but most of the time we think they're not. Denver only has 8 guys. Is it possible one of those guys enters the rotation based on how they perform recently and going forward?
I think yes. My my pick would be Zeke. I think that he has an opportunity to showcase himself and prove that I deserve a bit, more minutes. Especially with, I feel like they've tried to give him opportunities throughout the year. They brought in a Dario Saric, so like that's a position that they want to fill. And then there's those backup center spot, but also power forward. Michael Porter Jr. is not playing in this game. We know how good. Zeke Nnaji has looked at the 4 spot. Aaron Gordon is going to play. He's going to start. But after that, who is it? So this is one that you could just continue to say, hey, I've strung along 3-4 games in a row that maybe I deserve some minutes.
Yeah, I think maybe I lean Zeke as well. I mean, when everyone's healthy, I think Jalen's doing everything he should be doing. But you just have Jamal and you have Russ. You kind of wanted to be able to play Zeke. To this point, you haven't. So if he shows you enough... I mean, I do think Malone understands that if Zeke is playable, he should play, right? Even if it's so that you can eventually maybe try to move him. I don't think they want him to just be a non-usable asset there. So, yeah, if Zeke can play well, maybe Malone tries to give him some extended opportunity. He went with the vocal praise again, even though the deadline has passed. So we'll see, man, if they try to push some confidence to Zeke's way.
I think Jalen Pickett has a skill set that works with Jamal Murray and Russell Westbrook. I think he could play with both of them, like as a point guard that plays off ball, because those guys are obviously going to have the ball in their hands. But defensively, he does a lot of things right. He keeps his guy in front of him. He's really good as a help side defender. He gets big on switches. I think he can play. And then off ball, you have to be able to knock down the 3 or make swing passes. And I just think he'd be great at it. But to your point, you can't knock Julian Strawther out of the rotation this late in the season. So you're not taking his spot. So he's also in it. You still have Christian Braun. That's another guy. So that's 4 guards. He would be your 5th one. Are you going to work in a rotation that has a 5th guard? Probably not. And like I said, the only minutes he could take would be Julian Strawther's. But if you do that now, and you put him in the playoffs, like it's just you don't want to mess with a guy in that way. So I agree that I think Zeke has the more likely of a chance. Now there have been injuries, and I think Pickett will get more games, and who knows what happens down the stretch. But Zeke, I look at and I go, you play DeAndre Jordan and Zeke. You don't have to play an extra stagger now. You can rest Aaron Gordon, who needs it. You can rest Nikola Jokic, who probably will need it down the stretch. Or you could try Aaron Gordon at center and play Zeke at power forward in those minutes. So to me, there's a natural way to do that, even if everyone is healthy, and just to say, hey, maybe this works. Zeke's defense has been very impressive, and his confidence seems to be up. To me, I kind of hope it, to be honest with you. And by the way, news of Vlatko Čančar coming back. Could Vlatko be the 5? Could Vlatko be the 5 with
Time
Zeke
is a
at the
flat
4?
circle, friends.
Yeah,
We never see it.
I just don't think that they're going to go with 3 center options. Like it's
Well,
going to
DeAndre would be out.
but they don't want him out.
Why?
They've been playing him.
Cal came and said, I want him out, basically.
Yeah, but they're still playing him. And also, Cal's not the one that's making the rotations. He's not making those decisions. So, like, he's out there. But also, like, with him coming out and saying it, that has had to always been the plan all along is we want a backup center. We're going to bring in Dario. We're going to just get as many forwards and bigs as possible. And if we have to, we're going to play forwards at the big man spot. So, like, that's always been it. But really, if you string along games like this in a row, it really does make it easy for you to just say, like, let's pin in, 10, 15 minutes where we're not just going to overexert our guys. We're going to let Aaron Gordon rest until he's, healthy. We're going to let Jokic get some, time off. And you even discussed this is the most that he's not playing in the fourth quarters. So there goes extended minutes for him. This is a crucial time for Zeke to, put his name in the hat of, I deserve some time.
Vlatko Čančar, so Hunter Tyson and Dario Saric haven't really been part of this. They've played a little bit, or not Saric, but Hunter has. I don't think he's really changed to his status.
Yeah.
But Vlatko Čančar coming back is an interesting one. I mean, do you think there's a chance he enters the rotation? Just as an experiment, if nothing else?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't think Malone, I think when the going gets tough, will go down to his 8-man rotation because he just doesn't want to lose. But I think if you caught him in the morning on a sunny day, he'd say, no, I want to play 10 guys tonight. So
in the morning on a sunny day.
I don't know if this is not a great answer. I'll say maybe. I think Vlatko has a chance. I think Vlatko has a chance to just at least roll him out there, see what happens on the other side of the break, especially if Peyton hasn't come back yet.
Yeah.
Because you'll need bodies. So,
do you think he will?
No. No. I feel like every year we convince ourselves like this is the time for him or he's going to buy some minutes and stuff. But he's working himself back into, playing shape. And
2 years he's been out, basically.
He's been out for a long time. And it's just all injuries. It's not, anything else besides his body not being ready. So I don't think that that's something that you go with. Also, 2 years, he's pretty much a new player on the team. Like, the team has evolved so many ways.
Really good point.
But, like, they don't play the same way that when he used to be there. So it's not like it's like, hey, he has the chemistry. They know how to play off of him. He's a different player, and they are different players now.
Literally different players.
Yeah,
Like, it's like, where's Jeremy Grant? We have that good pick and roll we like to run. Is he no longer around?
We Boogie? We still using Boogie?
Where's Boogie at? I do think Zeke, I kind of hope Zeke continues this because if he gets to play like this all the way through the All-Star break, you go take a break, everybody comes back healthy. I just think it's worth, hey, maybe let's roll him back out there and see what happens. We watched the Dallas Mavericks tonight, or I did, this afternoon. They had a matinee. By the way, did you guys see what ESPN did? How ESPN picked up the Laker game. Legler was on the call, moved a college basketball game late, just to make it work.
Big game too, right?
It was like Clemson Duke or something like that.
Yeah.
And they moved it to make room for the debut of Luka Doncic. Well, not only did he not play, LeBron also took the night off. He's like, hey, all right, you're not doing this. So they moved everything around and made a marquee game for that. Meanwhile, on League Pass was the debut of Anthony Davis. And I got to be honest with you guys, looked absolutely dominant. And that front court looked unbelievably athletic, big, skilled, and dominated the Houston Rockets for a half. And then P.J. Washington got hurt. And you'll never believe this one, Dev. Anthony Davis got hurt.
What?
Missed the second half, both of those guys. I'm trying to pile on him because the injuries actually honestly suck. And he played so hard.
He played so hard, man.
I was impressed. I'll go actually throw it over here first because I know you were watching the full game with me. Were you as impressed as I was with the first half?
I haven't rooted for Anthony Davis in any capacity in a long time. In fact, I've actively rooted against him in many scenarios. For the sake of the Mavs fans in the building, that was cool the way that game started. I was riding the wave, man. That was
up 20 in the first half.
It was also just look, man. That's Anthony Davis endeared himself to Mavs fans and to me with how hard he played that game. I thought that was really cool. Shout out Max Christie, by the way, who balled out.
You're right though. Shout out AD. Everyone's sad they lost Luka. You're a tiny Texan. Yeah. He goes out there and goes, you know what? I'm gonna win everybody over. I'm gonna play my ass off.
When he's going to the crowd, he goes, I'm here. After that start, I was like, this is kind of cool, man. I'm feeling AD. But then, and again, I don't even mean to say this as piling on, but we all know it, man. Then he gets hurt in the first game,
non-contact.
Yeah, and so hopefully it sounds like it's not too serious, but I mean, I thought that would at least take a week, like I said, to all play out.
I love the fact that he left the Lakers and then played all out.
He did, man.
Went all out, playing hard. They ran the offense through him. I kept getting those like ESPN updates that I was like, all right, I have to tune in now. Because he had like 25 or something early on, and I was like, whoa, like, he's going crazy. And then he had the crazy like rebounds. Yep. They are long, they're big, and when him and Kyrie Irving both have it going on at the same time, it's going to be very tough to beat them. They're just so long. Derek Lively didn't even play in the game, right?
No, he's out till April probably.
Yeah, like they're not even at full capacity. I'm glad that it was nothing serious. Like really, like you just don't want those type of injuries. But I really do think that this is a team that right now they have something to play for. They're making a push. They're going to be able to be good for the next couple of years. So I think that this is one of those trades that, like, if you're a Mavericks fan, you'll be able to trash talk right now if they keep playing like this.
Yeah, for sure.
For now.
Man, P.J. Washington is like almost Aaron Gordon size. He's their 3. Anthony Davis and Gafford are both huge and long, and that's just what it looked like watching them. I think it's a real storyline to me that there's a handful of teams that have just gotten big. And then what's really interesting is in the second half, now Anthony Davis got hurt in the late third quarter, and P.J. Washington at the half, but what really was interesting to me is that coming out of the half, the Houston Rockets started 2 centers, Şengün and Adams.
To match up.
And it was like, man, this is the first game. They were so physically, they set a record for block shots. They grabbed every rebound. Nobody could score in the paint. They were so dominant physically that Houston was like, screw it, we'll play Steven Adams at power forward because we have to match up physically. I'm not saying I think the Mavs are awesome. They have their own flaws. This was the first game. There was a ton of energy Saturday afternoon, a lot of energy in the building and everything else. But the one thing that if you're like Nico Harrison's whole argument was we're going to defend the paint, we're going to have athleticism and size at our front court. And it was so obvious how long those three guys were.
Couldn't agree more, man. They were huge. And you got to be... I know Julius Randle isn't exactly my size, but you got to be thinking about the Wolves who were ahead of the curve here and then downsized essentially. Maybe not downsized. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, Cat, there's a difference between Randle and Cat.
There's a difference, man. And they just kind of had this look, and now all of a sudden there's a lot of size in the West. How do we think, let's say the West really, you think of it that way, bigger, stronger. How do we think that impacts a Jokic-led Denver Nuggets team?
I mean, we always talk about like the best matchups for the Nuggets is like guys that have multiple centers. They have like 3 or 4 centers
sure, that is
like
true.
You can throw at them at different times, and they could throw 2 big men at the same time on the court. So like that is going to be dangerous. They also have a superstar steal in Kyrie Irving that can like light up the box scores, and they're going to be a tough matchup for teams right now. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The trade was wild because of who got traded. But when you look at how good the team is, it's like, okay, this makes sense. We should have got more, but this makes sense that this is a team that could still contend.
And if you look at the standings, this was a big loss for the Rockets, 6 in a row. They're now at 20 losses, Denver at 19. Denver a full game up on them. And if they win tonight, a game and a half, it's crazy how quick it's happened for the Rockets. The Rockets are the 5 seed. In 2 weeks, 2 to 5.
I can't remember the last time I've seen that direct of an overlap. A team chasing another team, both of them win 5 in a row and lose 5 in a row, respectively.
Denver and Houston.
Like that's a nosedive, man. And I think shout out to the Rockets, who I think have had the kind of the best version of the year you could hope to have. But I do think maybe what they aren't offensively is starting to catch up with them a bit.
It's a big game for Denver because should they lose, they will be just a half game ahead of the Lakers, right ahead of the Luka Doncic debut. So I'd love Denver to keep going.
Don't let up now.
Don't let up now, man. Keep this thing going. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, let's make some money, baby.
Let's make some money. I love the ISO. Look at this, baby.
The ISO. Clear out.
The Nuggets come into this game as 6.5-point favorites. And let me tell you something. I love it.
Really?
I love it. You want to know how much I love it?
How much?
It's my first leg of my bet. I really do think that they're going to blow out.
Wow.
What a treat.
Even with the news.
Even with the news. We just saw them like missing a guy last game. It did not matter to them. Like the Nuggets, they're a machine. They're playing the right way. They look good right now. I think 6.5 is too low. The Suns really do have just Devin Booker just scoring every single time. You slow that down, they are not scoring. It's just really that simple. I don't like it. They don't have Durant in this game. They don't have Bradley Beal. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. Devin Booker had to play like 40 minutes. It was an overtime win.
Oh, that's
and it was
a great
the most
point.
improbable overtime win, too. They were up like, the other team was up 4 with like 10 seconds left or something like that, 5 seconds left. And they lost in overtime by like 13 or something insane. So,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of minutes for Devin Booker right now. I'm going to go under 235. Same things that I just mentioned. Second night of a back-to-back where they showed they can only give the ball to one player. I mean, I don't like that. I just don't like their ability to score. I think the Nuggets will be able to score whenever they want. So that's where you can, like get this over. But 235 is enough for me to say like that's a cushion. I know I just talked about, the Suns. This is on the Suns side. I know I just talked about Devin Booker playing 40 minutes. But there's not many more things to like on the Suns side. I'm going to go over 29.5 points for Devin Booker. I think that I'm a little bit worried about this one because I think Denver does try to take care of business. But if you're just trying to stop a guy that's going to be an ISO situation with Julian Estrada a lot, trying to get him off of him, I just think that he's going to be able to score. He's also feeling hot. When you're in a zone and you're shooting it the way that he is, he's like scoring 30 every time. You want to play as much basketball as you can. So I think I'm going to go with over 29.5 points. I'm going to also go with Nick Richards over points plus rebounds.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he's good, but also I think that Jokic also is not going to play him like he's good. He's going to let him get those push-ins and things like that. Like really, he's going to get his.
All right,
he really
all
will.
right.
On the Nuggets side of things, let's start it out with Christian Braun over 1.5 3-pointers.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have Michael Porter Jr. in this one. They're going to have to space the floor. There has to be some type of 3-point shooters. I think a lot of the attention is going to be on the 2-man. You got to kick it out, Christian Braun.
Is this a sheet one? Is this a sheet one or
no,
not a sheet
absolutely
one? Okay.
not. It's not on the sheet. We're going to go with... That means she adjusted this. She adjusted this. We're going to go with Christian Braun over 21.5 points plus rebounds. And it's only because I can't find the rebounds alone for him. I think that he's going to have to be a guy that's slashing, knocking down threes, doing a little bit of everything. He should have a big game. I really do think this is a Christian Braun game.
All right.
So I like it. I'm going to go with Jamal Murray over 5.5 assists. This also now has got pushed up to 6.5. I got it at 5.5.
Wow. I'm
going to go up to the 6.5. I think he's going to have over 6.5 assists. It's going to be a lot of 2-man game. When I was putting the bets in, I did not think about the fact that Jamal gets up for these Phoenix Suns
games. Yeah,
he really tries to score. He tries to put his imprint on the game, and we're going to see a lot of Jamal in this game. I expect, especially just seeing how he's been kind of chilling the last couple of games. I don't think we see the chill Jamal today. So I like Jamal in this. I'm going to go over 3.5 assists for Aaron Gordon. Bet365 has not been paying attention.
He's been getting them, man.
He's been getting this very easy. This is
this could be a lock almost.
This is a lock. This is pretty much a lock. I really do like it. He's also going to be playing a lot more, but he's been aggressive. And he's going to have Royce O'Neal on him. Either you go finish it or you drop it off. He's been trying to find Jokic. I mean, that's the right thing to do. A Jokic bet, we're going to go over 22.5 rebounds plus assist. He should be able to do what he wants. We haven't been seeing
man.
We haven't been seeing a lot of these monster games from him lately when it comes to those rebounds and assists. This might be one of those reminder 17, rebound type of games.
I like that one.
16 assists or something in that. If they're not blowing them out like I expect, I like him to get it early. Our defensive bet is going to be Jokic over 2.5 stocks at plus money.
I like that bet a lot.
I just like it. I really do think he's going to
new guys in the rotation.
He's going to bait guys. They also are going to try to force the ball to book so many times. They're going to read it. I like Jokic over 9.5 assists, which you know what that means.
Triple-double.
Triple-double, and that is the lock. Triple-double.
Really?
Jokic.
Is the lock?
It's the lock. He's going to get it.
Oh, I love it.
He's going to get it.
Really?
In the third quarter.
It's a lock, you said.
It is a lock.
All right, I'm in. I just locked it in. I like that bet, man. I like the steals bet, too. You got a lot of them. Aaron Gordon, though, not Aaron Gordon points. 13.5.
No.
He's got a mouse in the house.
No, I'm not going to go with that. I do think that he will have a game, but I like the assist. I'm going to go with that.
All right. You got any thoughts, any bets you wanted to chill out there?
No bets. No, I just hope the Nuggets keep it going, man. It's been fun to watch them lately, and I hope Jamal Murray cooks tonight, dude.
I hope Jamal Murray does as well. I hope Jokic does because our bets are there.
Well, that too.
We got a couple super chats. What do we got there, Tiff?
Let's hear from the boys' dad. ESPN headline: Anthony Davis exits Mavericks debut with lower body injury. Are you effing kidding me? I laughed out loud. Mr.
It's very predictable.
It is way too predictable. A little too on the nose. Mr. Cedric Exquisite.
Get well soon, AD.
6-0. No Kale. Don't jinx. Vote for you. Duke or Clemson. Brother, I do not have any opinions.
No, for you. Who is it, though? Who are you going with?
In what context?
I think the game's
what school
over.
I want to go to? Or who do I think is winning? Haven't checked the score, man. Cedric's next question. Shout out to the super producers. You guys rock. It's super producer Tiff, by the way. Shout out Tiff filling in. Worst nightmare. Hope Russ is okay. You guys think he'll come back? Yeah, eventually. But the hamstring, I honestly hope they sit him until the break.
Why not, man? Team's rolling.
Team's rolling, and he's hurt. Mason Range, happy B-Day. Hannah. Shout out Hannah.
Shout out Hannah.
From DC, and they're downstairs. We'll go meet you guys
downstairs.
in a second. Yeah.
Come say what's up,
Say
man.
what's up,
come
man.
show some love.
Show some love. Come check out the set. All right, everybody, we're going to go down and watch the game at the bar. Saturday night at the DNVR bar. What a treat.
What a treat.
All right, hit that like button. We'll see you on the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.